Liberty World Conference in Mongolia 2019. I am talking to Li Schoolland. Hello.
Hi.
I remember your presentation couple years ago about how the kids should be raised. Mm-hmm. And you are a very strong advocate of the family influence of the kids and not state education. Mm-hmm. Definitely. So could you say something about this?
Well, there's a lot of research have been done about child rearing. The children between age born to age 7, that's the time they form all their important
emotions, abilities, skills,
character, and everything they need to know is they get it before they turn 7.
Yeah.
So that's the time when the parents are most important, because children learn from imitating their parents and not learning from books, schools, and that kind of thing. Of course, knowledge you can learn from the books, but how they grown up become what kind of person they learn from watching their parents. Mm-hmm. So the parents has a very important role of influencing their children.
Yeah, and I remember very well your core message that there is a huge difference between state education and parental education, because parents love their children and state never love their subordinates.
Exactly. And there's nobody in the world loves the child more than their parents. There's unconditional love. So everything they tell their children to do or not to do is all based from their love and to protect them. So sometimes the kids will become rebellious against their parents. No, my teacher said this and that. So in our case, in our family, we tell our child, the teacher doesn't love you. They may say they love you, but it's different kind of love, because they will not die for you, but parents will.
Yes.
And they have your best interests in their heart. So what they say to you, if different from the teacher, you're supposed to listen to your parents.
Okay, all these messages you want to spread came from your own experience, because you were born in communist China. Mm-hmm. And could you say something about how school tried to influence your behavior, and what was the reaction of your parents?
Well, of course, the communists told all the children, your parents are dear, but no one is more dear than Chairman Mao.
Ah, Chairman Mao.
And the parents may love you, but the Communist Party loves you more. So you're supposed to only listen to the party and the Chairman Mao.
And you believed in it?
No, we didn't. But many kids I knew, they did.
They were, okay, they were influenced,
right,
programmed.
And for some reason, I think it's God just programmed that in my mind. We didn't believe that the school, the teacher, or the government. Of course, the teacher have to say what the government want them to say. So we always believed our parents. The school want us to report that if there's anything my parents say or do,
at home,
no, we never did that, because we were very young, but for some reason we just never believed the authority.
You were enough clever to understand this, that it's a lie.
Yeah.
And so you defected from communist China, you settled in the United States, and you became libertarian. I think it's normal. The people who saw the communist period, so they became naturally libertarians. And could you give some tips to the parents who are libertarians, how to raise their children?
Yes. Children are no different from grown-ups. They're individual person. You can't treat them differently just because they're younger. Only thing different between the child and the grown-up is the experience.
Yeah.
The children, when they're born, and then they had no experience. So what we as parents need to do is to show them or give them opportunity to experience the world, the real life. But the children have the ability to reason. The children have ability to think, to make decisions.
And then, mistakes, and draw the conclusions from the mistakes.
Also, they are logical.
Yeah, very logical, as far as I remember.
A lot of times when they don't know how to make decisions or choices, it's because they didn't have the experience. They never done it before. So we just give them guidance. We shouldn't treat them as people that, you're kids, you know nothing. And so I have to tell you, that's a wrong approach, because they are individuals just like you and me. And, they should be treated as an individual, even though they are only 1 year old or 2 years old. For example, when you say we need to go out, and the child says, I want to put the shoes on by myself. And you should let him. And they may put in left and right wrong.
Yeah.
No big deal. And once they walk, they feel uncomfortable, they're going to change.
Yeah.
After one time, they will know. If every time you say, oh, you don't know how to put on your shoes, I have to put it on for you. And I don't allow you to make mistakes to put the left and right wrong, then they will never learn.
Yeah.
And only after they experience the responsibility of putting the shoes on for them by themselves.
Yes, for their own decisions.
Yeah, and they learn how to think. They learn how to take responsibilities. And a lot of children now actually is not the parents, not just their problem, it's also the shoemakers and the merchants. They say, oh, it's too difficult for the children to learn how to tie shoelace, so make it Velcro or elastic.
Yeah.
That's also wrong. Oh, everybody has a first time.
Yeah. And the more obstacles he can overwhelm, so the better it is.
And also by tying shoelace, it's the eye-finger coordination. That's the skill. A lot of parents won't let the children put on their own shoes, or don't teach them how to tie shoelace, and then spend a lot of money to take them to some kind of school to learn coordination and this and that. That's ridiculous. Yeah. You're supposed to learn from life. And they need to learn how to choose, make decisions, because every time you choose something, it's a process. First, you have to want to do this or want to have this. Then you make decision to think which one I want more than the other, or how I want to do this. Not this way versus that way. It's a lot of things going on in their brain and the processing, so they learn how to evaluate, make decision, make judgment, then make decision, then choose, then bear the consequence. That's the whole process. If they get that opportunity to do it from day one, when they can sit up, or they can, even before that, they will choose what kind of taste of milk they like more, or when they want to drink. Let them decide. They know how to decide. They know their own body. So the earlier you like them to have that kind of experience, the more experience they have, the better they can face the world. Yeah. In my opinion, our job is to prepare them to face the real world. Yeah. And so we need to equip them, give them all they need to make decisions, to make choices, to exercise decision making and problem solving, and then they have to be responsible for their choices, to bear the consequences. If it's wrong, they learn. Next time they don't do it again. So
And this is a way completely different that in schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also a lot of parents too, they were somehow brainwashed or influenced by the media, by the society. Oh, they're just kids. They don't know anything. You have to tell them. Or
give instruction.
Yeah, for example, clothes. Oh, kids' clothes shouldn't have buttons. This is so hard for them to button themselves. This is all poor excuses.
Okay, so I think that our audience, we delivered this main message. So we should push our kids to experiment, to draw the conclusions from their mistakes and successes.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Li.
Thank you.
Thank you.